Hello students, Wendy Ansley here, kinesiology professor at College of the Desert. We have a well-rounded sequence that I'm going to share with you all today. Actually, kind of the theme of our sequence is keep doing you. I love that phrase, keep doing you, and I'll talk about it again in a little bit more. So when I created this sequence, I thought of postures and in a time frame that applied a lot to myself, as when I knew I had a certain amount of time and I could get a beautiful practice. And so the theme is keep doing you. We have beautiful hero here to just inspire and show us unconditional love. We also have 2 blocks, a strap, and I have either a blanket or a towel for a posture halasana that we're going to do at the end of our practice. So I look forward to sharing this with you today, and I look forward to sharing hero with you all. Little hero. Thank you. We're going to start with a strap, and we're going to start with the strap. We're going to fold it in half and just kind of connect our entire body as we floss the shoulder girdle. So we'll take the strap or a tie or a jump rope, whatever you have, you're going to fold it in half. We're going to start in the center of our mat. And we're going to fold it in half a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Inhale, we're going to draw the strap up. Exhale, we're going to bring it back. Inhale, draw it up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. And we're going to draw the strap up on the inhale, and we're going to hold it back here so it's kind of in line here with the scapula. I'll do it from the side. And we're going to draw the strap towards us as the shoulder blades move away, scapular protraction. And now we're going to draw the strap away as the shoulders move towards each other. Again, shoulders move away, shoulders move towards each other. They move away, and they move towards each other. And we're going to just hold this one here as the shoulder blades retract towards one another. And we're going to bring the strap over, and we're going to do some figure eights as we take the strap and we move into kind of a diagonal way here, still awakening the shoulder girdle, connecting really to our entire body. And we'll just take the strap now, set it off to the side. Beautiful. Coming to the edge of our mats here, I'm going to bring my mat up a couple inches here. Starting in mountain pose, active feet, active legs. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, ears in line with the shoulders. Active mountain pose. Awaken the arches in the feet. We're going to inhale, draw those arms up, energy out the fingers. Exhale, we're going to swan dive down. We'll do a dynamic forward fold as we awaken here. Dynamic forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Either hands to the shins or the thighs. The back is flat. We tuck the chin in. Framing the feet, we're going to step back into plank so we have the active legs. It's not just the core. Active legs and shoulders, heels over the balls of the feet. We dome the upper back slightly, and we kind of also draw the shoulder blades in a bit. Almost that, just a beautiful, perfect expression here. Active shoulders, active core, belly button to the spine. We'll stay here several breaths. Core awakening. We're going to lower onto our stomachs. We're going to extend those arms, kind of chest area here out to the side onto the fingertips. Rest the forehead to the ground. We're going to come into a little lower lumbar mobility. We're going to draw that left foot up and over to the side. We're going to rest that right ear down. We'll stay here 3 breath cycles where we inhale and exhale through the nose. Face forward, rest the forehead to the ground. Draw that right foot up and over, lower that left ear to the ground. We'll stay here 3 breaths. Rest that forehead to the ground. Transition to all fours. Come into down dog. We're going to lead with those hips. Press through those palms. Draw length in the spine. Let's firm those thighs. Take them back and up. Tailbone back and down. Pubis bone back and up. Transition, we're going to walk it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Deep forward fold. Release those hamstrings. Gently bend the knees, swan dive up. We're going to open the chest and open the heart. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, draw those arms up, energy out the fingers. Exhale, swan dive down, come into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, the thighs, or to the ground. Back is flat, tailbone out. Tuck the chin in just slightly. Framing the feet, we're going to step back into plank, core awakening here, belly button to the spine. Engage the legs, engage the shoulders, dome the upper back just slightly, but also kind of draw the shoulder blades in a bit. Several breath cycles. Keep doing you. Gently lower to our stomachs. Extend those arms to the side and let's come onto the fingertips and rest the forehead to the ground. Gently take the right ear to the ground. Draw that left leg up and over as we put that left foot kind of towards the ground as we come into this lower mobility here. Lower lumbar mobility. We'll stay here several breaths. Breathe into that lower back. Gently face forward. Lower that left ear to the ground. Draw that right foot up and over. Breathe into that lower back. Beautiful. Release. Come forward. Hands to the sides by the chest. Lead with those hips to tabletop. Draw the hands forward just a few inches. Come into Adho Mukha Down Dog. Press through those palms. Root under the fingers as we kind of spread those fingers. Draw the tailbone back and down, firm those thighs. We're going to walk the feet together on down dog for this transition. We're going to inhale as we relevate up on the balls of the feet. Exhale, heels to the ground. Inhale, relevate up. Exhale, heels to the ground. Inhale, relevate up. Exhale, heels to the ground. And we're going to draw that left leg up about hip height. We're going to draw that left knee to the chest, to the nose. Place the left foot next to the left hand. We're going to lower the right knee to the ground. We come up. I like to draw my palms together. I like to take the thumb and index finger together. And we're going to inhale as we come into beautiful low lunge. Press through both feet, draw length in the spine, draw the shoulder blades down, the back gaze up. Frame the foot, come into runner's pose, back leg is straight. Transition, come back to down dog. Walk the feet together. Inhale, releve up. Exhale, heels to the ground. Inhale, releve up. Exhale, heels to the ground. Inhale, releve up. Exhale, heels to the ground. We're going to draw that right leg to hip level. On the exhale, we're going to draw the right knee to the chest, to the nose. Place the right foot next to the right hand. Lower that left knee to the ground. Draw those palms together, thumb and index finger. On the inhale, we're going to draw length into the spine as we press through both feet. And we're going to continue to breathe into this left hip. We're going to draw the shoulder blades down the back ribs, all while drawing length in the spine. This is a magical pose, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Frame the foot, drop the hands. Back leg is straight, runner's pose. Connect to the front leg and the back leg. Draw that right leg back into down dog. Firm those thighs. Take those thighs back and down. Pubis bone back and up. Tailbone back and down. Breathe into any stiffness. Walk the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Back is flat. Exhale, forward fold. Take the tops of the hands to the ground. Press them into the ground. Fingers towards one another. So we're awakening the wrists here. Now the fingers move away from one another. So we awaken the wrists. Gently bend the knees. Swan dive up. Open the chest, open the heart. Exhale, heart centered. In my journal, I often create these sequences, and when I thought of Keep Doing You, this was again a practice that related to me in sometimes a shorter amount of time. Postures that gave me profound benefits. But what does Keep Doing You mean? There's several meanings. It means believe in what you're doing. Do things in life, right, with integrity and love. I want to tell you that sometimes we work hard and we don't get the credit we deserve, but keep doing you. Sometimes people will judge you unfairly, but keep doing you. Let them say what they want. Keep doing you. So my yoga practice guides this philosophy, keep doing you. I find postures as I come out and I practice almost daily, that reflect, keep doing you. As we fold our hands in Anjali Mudra, keep it by the chest here, by the heart. Let's lower the head to the fingertips, just close our eyes. Reflect upon what keep doing you means to you. Reflect upon doing you with integrity and love, believing what you're doing. Gently open the eyes and look up. And we're going to continue to navigate this keep doing you. Rooting through the four corners of the feet, we're going to inhale, draw those arms up. Exhale, come into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Framing the feet, we're going to step back into plank. Whatever you want to do, you can hold plank, you can do a partial chaturanga, you can do full chaturanga where you bring the sternum and chest forward, shoulders in line with those elbows. Transition to either up dog or cobra. Press to the tops of the feet. Feet are hip width apart. We draw the pelvis forward, broaden the collarbones. Exhale, come into down dog. Draw that left leg, one-legged dog, hip height. On the exhale, draw the left knee to the chest, to the nose. Place the left foot next to the left hand. Inhale, come into crescent moon. Find that balance of the front leg and the back leg. Beautiful. Knee over the ankle. Connect that back quadricep muscle to the bone. Transition to a little open arm twist here. As we keep doing you, I can gaze on my twist straight ahead here, or gaze at that back arm to make it more challenging. Finding my balance. Moving my body across the planes. I'm going to transition as I draw my right hand to the ground, promoting shoulder stability, and I'm pressing outer edge of my right foot. And I'm drawing that right shoulder blade in. A kickstand version of side plank. Or I can continue to press outer edge of that right foot, flex both my feet together, draw my shoulder blades together, stack my shoulders over one another, and come into Vasisthasana, side plank. Keep doing you. Transition to forward plank. Engage the core, dome the upper back a bit. Draw. Let's come in, transition to down dog here. And let's draw that right leg in a one-legged down dog about hip height. On the exhale, draw the right knee to the chest, to the nose. Place the right foot next to the right hand. Transition to beautiful crescent moon. Knee over the ankle. Front leg parallel to the ground. Back leg, draw the quadricep to the bone and almost kind of come to the pinky toe a little bit of the back leg. Find the balance. Find the strength. We're going to come into an open arm twist here. You're going to gaze at that screen. Straight ahead, or you're going to gaze at that back hand. Finding your balance, finding your integrity. Transition. Draw the left hand to the ground. Press the left hand. Draw that left shoulder blade in. Stack. It's that left humerus bone. Stack the left arm. Press outer edge of that left foot. And we almost want to lift that left hip a bit. We can stay in the kickstand approach for beginners, or we can work on adjusting where we stack both feet on top of one another, shoulders stacked over one another. Lift that bottom hip. Transition to forward plank. Dome the upper back a bit. Belly button to the spine. Lead with those hips. Come into down dog. Beautiful. Firm those thighs. Breathe into any stiffness. Make sure the heels are in line with the pinky toes. Inner spiral the backs of the thighs. Find integrity in down dog. Keep doing you. Walk the hands and the feet towards each other at the same time. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands either to the ground, the shins of the thighs. Exhale, come into forward fold and try to bring the sternum and chest closer to the shins. Gently bend the knees, open the chest. Open the heart. Exhale, heart centered. Beautiful. Taking the mats to the wall now, if we can. There's so much integrity in standing postures. They ground us. They strengthen the muscles around our pelvic hip girdle. They make us move sometimes in directions that are just good for our spine. So we're going to start with triangle. We're going to draw the left foot towards the wall, and we're going to extend that right leg about a few inches shorter than a full leg length. We're going to take the block. If you want to use the block, you're going to place it outside of the right foot, and you're going to place it high or you can place it low. It's up to you. If you want to use the block, you can. Right away, I want integrity of this right leg. I want to be able to roll that leg from kind of inside out, and so the knees are pointing straight ahead, and almost draw that right sitting bone kind of back. And then we're going to breathe into this left hip. Inhale, we're going to create length. Exhale, reach, either hands to the shin or to the block. And eventually we're going to come a little bit lower. If you don't need the block, you can move it. Fingertips towards the ceiling. Top ribs back, bottom ribs forward. Continue to breathe into the back hip. Inhale, root and rise. Let's do a cleansing breath together. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Beautiful. Right foot to the wall. Extend that left leg. Just a couple inches shy of a full leg length. Rotate that left leg so it rotates from inside out, kneecap pointed straight ahead. You're going to feel this left sitting bone kind of draw in and that right hip up. If you want to use a block, you can place it outside of this left foot. And the heel intersects with either the heel, front heel with the back heel, or heel with the arch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach, reach. Come. You can place the hand to the shin as we keep the body in one plane or to the block. A few of us have practiced long enough or you might not need the block. Breathe into the back hip. Top ribs back, bottom ribs forward. Inhale and rise. Beautiful. Keep doing you. Well, that takes me to our next part of the flow here. Connect to our entire body. Inhale, draw those arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Relevate up on the balls of the feet. Let's keep the ankles, knees, and shins together. So if they're not together, kind of draw them together. On the exhale, keeping knees and shins together and heels, we're going to lower the glutes to the ground as we come to a form of Malasana here. Hands forward if it's easier. If you can, bring those hands back and possibly lower the head to the knees. Draw the heels together. Connect, engage the pelvic floor muscles. Lower the heels to the ground. Preparing, we're going to come into Dandasana. Keep doing you as we come into Purvottanasana, incline plank, and we're going to strengthen the wrists, the arms, the shoulders, and the hips. We're going to draw the hands back about 6 inches. This is a challenging posture, very challenging but good posture. We're going to draw the feet about hip width apart. I like to rotate my big toes in just slightly. We'll start off where we're gonna inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we're gonna press into tabletop, and I want us to kind of reverse tabletop. I want you to keep your hips in line with the knees as you draw that sacrum towards the knees, and you press through the palms. Draw the shoulder blades towards one another, and broaden the collarbones. Most of us will stay here. Some of us will extend one leg, then the other leg, press through those inner arches. Continue, drive those hips up, broaden the collarbones. Gaze up. Gently lower. We're going to root and rise, try to come up without the hands and the knees. Root and rise. Cleansing breath. Inhale. Exhale. Revolved crescent moon. We're going to come up to the wall. Left leg out about 45 to 60 degrees. Right leg straight ahead. We'll place the block on the inside of the right foot or on the outside of the right foot, okay? So the inside makes it easier. Outside would make it a little bit harder. You can do it without a block. Sometimes in this one I like to use my block. I like to come into integrity and form. Stable back foot, which is 45 to 60 degrees. It's different than the other triangle. This is a revolved triangle. Front foot 90 degrees. Connect stable back foot, stable hips. Inhale, right hand on the hip, draw that left arm up. Exhale, we're going to take that left hand for beginners either on the inside or on the outside. Beautiful, stable back foot, stable hips. Eventually, I'm going to extend that right arm to the ceiling, kind of drawing my right hip back and almost my left hip forward. This is really good for the mid-thoracic, the upper back. Right hand on the hip, look at that big toe, press that left palm and up. Like I said, this is really good for, we're going to switch legs, taking the mid-thoracic and rotating it across the different plane. This is healing for the pelvic hip girdle, and it's healing for the mid-thoracic mobility. Back foot, right foot, 45 to 60 degrees. Either the block on the inside of the left foot for beginners or outside for more advanced. Intersect either heel to heel or kind of for more beginners, or heel to arch. Connect. Both hips facing forward. Stable back foot, stable hips. Left hand on the hip. Inhale, draw that right arm up. Exhale, reach forward. Hands outside of or inside the left foot or outside. Draw that left arm up. Top ribs back, bottom ribs forward. Continue to kind of draw that right hip forward a bit. Right bottom ribs forward. Left top ribs back. Gaze at that big toe, left hand to the hip. Inhale, press into the ground, root and rise. Beautiful. Sometimes I like to take both blocks and I make them about shoulder width apart. We're going to kind of do a vinyasa or a partial vinyasa wherever we are in our practice. I like to press outer edges. I'm kind of in tabletop. Press outer edges with my palms as I come into down dog here. Maybe we're just going to stay in down dog, some of us. And I transition to plank. Beautiful. Maybe I'm going to lower to my knees in partial chaturanga. I'm going to come into chaturanga, my shoulders in line with those elbows. Transition, inhale, up dog. So I get to feel a beautiful elevated up dog as I draw my pelvis forward, draw my shoulders down the back ribs, broaden the collarbones. A beautiful, simple, profound back bend. Thighs off the ground. Engage the legs. Exhale, down dog. Walk the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Gently bend the knees, open the chest, open the heart. Exhale, heart centered. Sometimes I like to explore Uttanasana on the wall for a deeper release of my hamstrings. My wall is my friend here, right? So I guess I'm about, 2 feet almost from the wall. And I start where I kind of maybe gently, lightly bend the knees. I press my head to the wall and I draw my hands down the wall. We're going to all have different expressions of Uttanasana. And I try to walk my feet a little bit closer. And my feet are about hip width apart. And my goal is to get my back onto the wall, draw my feet a little bit closer, and get my back and shoulders on the wall. So I have to kind of adjust and find that. And then I walk my hands back as I simply release and breathe into the hamstrings. So my shoulders and back are pressed into the wall. We're going to stay here a while as we keep doing you. I'm going to gently walk my feet back a few inches, allow clearance for my head as I gently swan dive up. Open my chest, open my heart. Exhale, heart centered. Keep doing you also means sometimes playful expressions, engaging my whole body. And I'm going to work on crow pose. Some of you might want to use a block for crow, and so I'll have one kind of nearby. I'm going to draw my feet together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway lift. My hands are about shoulder width apart. I'm going to relevate up on my balls of my feet. And I'm going to draw my knees out. And I'm going to place the knees, if I can, up high under the shoulders. Beautiful. And I'm going to draw my heels towards my buttocks. And how do I do that? Where our core is awake now as we explore Bakasana. And some of you might need to take the block and place that under your head, so that's up to you. But maybe you're going to do 1 foot at a time until eventually you can use the core to help you draw the heels towards the buttocks, engaging the core, rooting the palms into the ground, gazing forward and down, connecting to our entire body in Bakasana. Beautiful arm balance. Beautiful full body engagement, body awareness. Gently release. Lower the heels to the ground. Forward fold. Gently bend the knees. Open the chest. Open the heart. Exhale, heart centered. As I keep doing you as my theme, right? Anamanasana gives me so much, the monkey pose. So why not sometimes do it on the wall? It is amazing for beginners and it is amazing for advanced people. We're going to keep doing you the best that we can. We're going to start about 6-8 inches maybe from the wall. Swan dive up. Exhale, swan dive down. Keep doing you. We're going to draw that right leg up the best that we can. For some of us, it might not be very high. As we breathe and we focus on drawing, eventually the left leg closer to the wall. I like to go kind of a few inches off the wall here. As I walk my hands back, the best that we can, all of us. I like to draw my right hand inside the right foot, my left hand outside, rest my elbows into the ground and stay here a while. Most of us, though, we're simply going to frame the foot. Gently walk the hands forward, lower the top leg, swan dive up, cleansing breath together. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. I love it. Beautiful. Inhale, draw those arms up. Swan dive down, and let's get the feet about 6 to 8 inches away from the wall. And this time, so we're hands to the ground, we're going to draw the left leg up wherever we are. And most of us, it could be just a partial one like this. Till eventually we draw the right heel back, maybe just a few inches off the wall here. Beautiful. Most of us are going to keep our hands just framing the foot. Eventually, we may take the left hand inside, right hand inside. Find our balance. Beautiful. Gently release. Walk the hands forward a bit. Gently lower the leg down. So we're really awake here. Go on, dive up. Cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Beautiful. We're going to explore. Our body is awake now. We're going to do a leveraged back bend as we practice Urdhva Dhanurasana. Drop back onto the wall, pushing into the wall, opening our chest, opening our heart, knowing that, believing in what we're doing, just doing you, in our spine, that when we move in this direction, it's almost like we're increasing longevity and our quality of life. So we're going to take the arm a full arm length off the wall. We're going to draw the feet. Beginners can get a little bit closer. If an arm length seems too far for the beginners and you're a little nervous, you can get a little bit closer. The feet are hip width apart. We're going to rotate those big toes in slightly. And we're going to do several of these. We'll do it together. Inhale, draw the arm up. Exhale, press into the wall. Open the chest. Open the heart. Stay here several breaths. Gently come up. Beautiful. We're going to do 2 more of these, and it's okay to walk back a little farther on the wall. Inhale, draw those arms up, and it's okay to guard yourself and don't go down so far. Honor where you are, never risk the injury. Just do you. Integrity. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Maybe walk the hands back a little bit. Open the chest, open the heart. And rise. Inhale, draw those arms up. 1 more. Exhale, press into the wall. Walk those hands back. Eventually, some of us may be able to walk farther back. And we get the wrists, the arms, the shoulders facing the wall. Maybe you relevate up on the balls of the feet. Take off some of the load on the lower back. Gently come back up. I obviously have that in my practice because I practice a lot. Keep doing you. This is something I do 6-7 days a week. Some form of yoga in my life. I believe in it. I believe in this movement. And I believe in myself, and I believe in you. Supta Parvartanasana. Now we're going to neutralize the spine a little bit. So let's make room onto the wall here. Push that off the wall here. And we're going to press. We'll start with the left foot into the wall as we draw that right knee up. We're going to draw the right knee over. We're going to come onto the left hip, and we're going to try to press the right palm into the ground, right shoulder into the ground as we breathe into this release of the upper and middle back, but as well as the upper right shoulder. Press that right foot into the wall and draw that left knee up. And draw that left knee up and over. Extend that left arm to the side and see if we can press the shoulder into the mat as we gaze over the left shoulder. Beautiful, very powerful. Gently release. Spinal twists are very, very powerful. We're going to take our towel or blanket, if we have one, as we prepare for Halasana. Sometimes with my students, I like to kind of utilize a blanket or towel if we can. They do in many studios, and see how I have it folded here. And I have the folded edge in the back here. It's going to kind of give a little bit of a lift to my lower, I'm looking at my bottom third of my neck here, cervical vertebrae. I don't want to crush the cervical vertebrae, and I allow it a little bit of a lift. I have it in my practice where I don't need it as well, but it's just something that I like to do, and sometimes people do it regardless if they have this in their practice. They give themselves a little bit of a cushion, a little bit of an elevation as we prepare for halasana. So my lower, we're going to do halasana into ear squeezing pose. One thing about this pose too, it increases circulation. It stimulates the thyroid gland. We're moving in another direction. The heart is elevated here. This is a healing posture. It's a healing finishing posture. The yogis, the ancient yogis, believe in inversions such as this. So here I am. The blanket is kind of protecting my lower 1/3 of my neck. And my palms are to the ground. My knees I like to just bring towards my chest. On the exhale, I'm pressing the palms to the ground. And I'm driving, I like to plantar flex my feet to the ground. And as I plantar flex, I draw length in my spine. Eventually, I may interlace my fingers. I draw the pubis bone away from my sternum and chest, right? I draw my chest towards my sternum, and I draw length in the spine. So I continue to come up high on the shoulders, press through the tops of the feet, draw length in the spine, pubis bone away, and sternum and chest close to the chin, stimulating that thyroid gland as we stay here and hold a while in halasana pose. Continue to draw length in the spine. Sternum and chest close to the chin. Broaden the collarbones. Come into ear squeezing pose if we can. So this is, we stay in halasana, we simply bend the knees, we squeeze the knees outside of our ears, still drawing length in the spine. This is another beautiful expression. Draw length in the spine. Beautiful. Gently release. Palms to the ground and slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. And this is where I'm going to lower. And maybe I can keep the light blanket here on the back of my head. Wouldn't be a problem here on this one. And now we're going to come. One of our last postures here is a Paschimottanasana, a forward fold, but we're in a supta, a reclined version. So the lines of energy, right, are going to just run a little bit different. We're going to release the back side of the body. So we're going to inhale, draw length as we straighten those legs. On the exhale, we work on drawing the feet almost towards the ground, but the buttocks, the feet almost going overhead towards the ground, but almost the buttocks going in the opposite direction of that. It's not plow pose, it's simply a release of the full back body and legs. And you think about drawing the shins towards the nose here and breathing into that release. There's different ways to I take my hands to my heels. You can do the inner arches. You can even do the toes, but I just have it by my heels here. I'm breathing into that release. Longer exhale. Inhale, drawing length. Gently lower. We have the blanket underneath the head, and we're just going to kind of relax as we come into Shavasana. Maybe one last stretch. Drawing length in the spine. And release. preparing to come out of our Shavasana, little movements in your fingers and toes. Gently bend the knees, right arm over the head, and use the left hand to press yourself up. Folding our hands heart-centered. I hope you enjoyed the sequence today, just doing you. Some of my favorites that again are simple and profound. Life has its challenges, and we can smile and be kind to others, and we can just work on ourselves, right? Just do you amongst the challenges. Be the light. Show kindness, show joy. Namaste.